Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 27, Dominic?
Officially 26. Officially.
Okay, had to test our acting skills out because this is probably episode 274,
At least.
but
Yeah.
but who knows anymore?
Well, I think we've had some on YouTube that we haven't categorized correctly, but we also have made a million different episodes that just never get published because hey, listen, production is pro bono. So
That's your job.
I know I'm saying not paid, not professional, but semi-professional. So look,
Semi-professional.
this is better than what we've tried on Riverside, but hey,
You
we
are 100% correct.
yeah, but sometimes like we just saw, not entirely professional.
Well, we just saw. They didn't.
Yeah.
We may have started 2 minutes of recording and
No recording
somebody
though.
forgot to press play
Yeah.
or record.
2 minutes of talking, but not recording.
Good conversation.
Yeah. And speaking of good conversation, natural segment, we had a good conversation with a Sturgill a long time ago, and I made a promise to you, and I'm gonna deliver in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
It only took you a year to get it done.
Hey, better late than never, and hey, got it done.
Dude, it's like we're reading a script or something right now. I feel like we've already had this conversation.
No. This is all no acting, 100% ad lib. Never had this conversation. Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, completely new.
But going forward, might be new discussions.
Yeah. New discussions.
Yeah.
Speaking of new discussions, what happened last night has not happened in a very, very, very long time.
Oh, yeah.
I started questioning at halftime what our worst loss was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I believe I saw that it was like 2012. We lost 31-0 to Cassville.
Oh, my. That was, I mean, surely in our history we've lost worse than that. But you're saying recent history.
Like since 2004, which is what Max Preps has.
Oh, okay.
I think it wasn't our worst loss because we scored, but it point differential, it might be the worst point differential we've had since 2004.
So here's the question. What did the eye test say? Was this what was this? I didn't get to see the game. Obviously you were there,
Okay,
but
yeah.
from the eye test perspective, what's going on?
I show up an hour early to this game expecting it to be packed, and it was not packed. I then look over to the team warming up, and I see about 6 of our starters not dressed out. So take what you want. I'm very confused why they weren't dressed out. Like, I get some of them were injured, but I don't know if all of them were injured at one point this year, and you're trying to get them healthy. But I don't know. It's Seneca. You don't ever want to lose a rival game like this. And from previous years, I don't think we've ever sat anybody before in a game. So
is there an official stance on this? Is this actually injuries, or is this hey, we want to, we know where we're at in the season. We're just going to rest them, get to the playoffs, make a run. Something like that, maybe.
I'm not 100% sure. I know Alex and Carson have both been injured this year.
Yeah.
I think Trey Pitzenbarger has been dealing with some injuries, but I don't know about Mario or Cooper, or I think that was it.
Okay. So Carson came in with recovering from an injury. Did he
Yeah.
get banged up this year too,
Uh,
or
it's
just?
football's rough on a torn ACL. You know that.
Yeah, don't say. Uh,
So I just think he just needed another game to
okay.
rest before. Uh, but yeah, I when I saw that, I was like, oh, this could be bad.
Yeah.
And the only way we scored was the CJ quarterback, or not CJ, Seneca quarterback, uh, basically threw it straight to Taryn Williams, and he took it
Mm.
like I don't maybe 15 yards for a pick six. So
Oh, what quarter is this?
this was third quarter. I
Okay.
think it was beginning of third quarter we scored. But
So not
other than
like
that, it
there's still hope. Like we could actually. It was like, eh,
okay.
it would take
So
a miracle.
first drive, we go 3 and out. We punt the ball. They muffed the punt, and we got the ball. And it was at that moment I was like, if we score this drive, there's a chance we might win this football game.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we got a first down. And then I was just like, all right, punt it again.
Oh my. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's rough.
But I
Huh.
don't know. It was a little like I don't know if this is like anything you've ever seen, like where Lamar has sat their players uh for an entire game, like start to finish, just not played them.
I mean, other than just like I mean, injuries. That's about it. Yeah.
Like it's always been 2 quarters, we're up big,
Oh yeah.
go sit. It's never been, oh hey, we're playing somebody who's really freaking good. Like I don't know, I didn't like the vibe I got for why we were sitting. Like
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
get it, you want to rest them, but
Yeah. So
it's just
banged up on the starters. Uh, but then
and
we
they didn't
also
sit all
have
the starters.
no. But we missing a few guys. But then the rest of the eye test is like, did Seneca just like out manpower us? Like they got bigger dudes than us, better speed, better like just better game
They're
plan. What was going on here?
they're definitely bigger, that's for sure.
Okay.
I don't think we were quite as prepared for their offense as we should have been. Their running back just absolutely tore us apart, and
Mm,
they had a couple halfback like not halfback passes, but passes to the halfback that just went for killer amount of yards, and
mm.
that that's something our defense is going to have to keep in mind and focus on if we play another team that passes.
Like a swing pass?
Now it was just one of those check down type deals. He just somebody wasn't on their man or somebody was not in their zone for it, and it just went for it was like an out route or something like that.
Okay. So he's just going out to the flat and nobody was there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that's a I mean, that's a good game plan. You get like a deep route going and take that flat guy with you, and then try and replace with
Yeah.
the running back. And hey, at least you're not losing yards. That's what Brady did for like half his career.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's for
Uh,
sure. But 57-7, I was kind of curious how the coaches conversation would go after that.
yeah,
Um I wasn't there for like the first 20 seconds of it, but I don't know.
hmm.
We'll see how
Yeah,
they play this Friday.
yeah.
Speaking
I
of,
mean,
yep, go
we ought
ahead.
to be. Oh, we need to get that pulled up.
No, yeah, you're good. You're good. You can continue with your thoughts.
Well, I was gonna transition to this talking about Pleasant Hope. So
Yeah. So yeah, this is the first time in a while I think that Lamar has not been the one seed in the district tournament.
yeah,
I do believe Warsaw gets the bye, Lamar will play Pleasant Hope. Sarcoxy and Eldo will play, and then whoever wins our game will play the winner of Stockton and Diamond.
Yeah.
So, or wait, sorry, yeah, Stockton and Diamond. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that's how that'll work. Um, with that being said, we have a huge first game of districts. We need to really come out and put a pretty big win up. This first game's going to be the most important step of the entire trip, I think.
Well, I mean, it definitely sets the tone. I mean, when you're talking about, um, coming out and having a winning mindset, it's going to show a lot. So, like, if we come out in this game and look sloppy, and I think some of the things that we've talked about on some of these episodes have been consistent, like sloppiness with turnovers, penalties, things of that nature, and turnovers was a couple things that we, just got to take care of. But
Yeah.
other than that, um, yeah, you want to see them come out and be like, this is a team they should beat, and you want to see them come out and play according to that standard.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think our biggest test in districts is going to be Warsaw. They're 9-0, like we saw on the screen
Mm-hmm.
just a moment ago. But you definitely have to take it game by game here.
Yeah.
Each week, the one thing the coaches are big on is 7 more days of football, and every game could be your last game. So go out there and play as hard as you can.
Yeah.
So I think this first game definitely sets the tone for sure. And if you can get a big win like you just had against, or like Seneca just had against us,
Yeah.
you kind of really want to go out there and just absolutely dominate on all 3 sides of the ball.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and with that said, let's check in on our friendly. Let's transition into uh, a different side of football. Let's go with the college side, and
Ooh,
let's go
okay.
check in on our friendly team up north of us, the good old Missouri Tigers,
My goodness.
who are actually
Uh,
playing at 2:30 today in the good old state of Alabama.
what a terrible day for football.
What a terrible day for Mizzou
Uh,
football. Who knows, man? Like, who really knows? Because Alabama, since that, what was it Georgia they beat?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, since that Georgia game, they have not looked the same at all.
Oh, bro, let's go to this game. Tickets as low as $19. All right.
Uh,
I'm sure they're sold out,
$19.
but
Ha,
uh,
let me
all
Google
of
this
these
real
are,
quick.
yeah, I'm like, wait a second. Let us look at this and get on our way to Alabama.
Yeah.
$14. Oh, looks like there's a couple.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're all up in the like
Maps.
terrible view, but
Hey, a view is a view.
a seat's a seat.
A seat is a seat.
Although I expect I would be sitting by halftime. So, oh, any
Yeah,
section,
well, I don't know.
$84.
Oh,
No, I mean just go with these cheap seats right here. One ticket, 1 to 2 tickets, right
oh,
here, you and me.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, let's see. How far is?
look at that
Could
view.
we
Woo,
actually make this realistic? Oof, that is a great view. That's about like the same view as our seats to the Chiefs game.
it's true. Oh, okay, better not be that cold though. Good grief.
Yeah, for that's for sure. Unless you want to drive 9.5 hours, allegedly, if you're
Allegedly.
driving the legal speed limits, I don't think we'll make it, Dom.
Oh, wow. Does anyone have a private
Unfortunate.
jet that they want to
Yeah,
fund us
this.
on?
Yeah. I don't think I want to watch this game in person though.
That's true. Yeah, could be bad. But
Hello, doggo.
oh yeah, yep,
We got to shout out the dogs anytime we get a chance.
that's true. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this without causing a mess. Hello to my living space.
It's Jazz.
Star of the show. The other one stuck in the kennel.
I forgot that one's name. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, it's Sky. No worries.
It's not Piper. That's all I know.
That's true. It is not Piper. Yeah.
Anyways, 6-1. We had an insane game against Auburn. I don't know if you watched that. Did you watch any of that game?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I just kind of saw some of the stuff about it, but man, it's just hard to tell with this year. I mean, I feel like so many college teams have been like looking so dominant, and then all of a sudden they're like, questions, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, because you thought Texas, oh man, they were gonna run off, and then Georgia walks in and cleans the house.
Yeah, nuts.
It,
Absolutely
it's just
nuts.
it's like one of those things where you said that Alabama game, if one thing changed in the first half of that
Yeah.
game, Georgia would have just ran away with it. So Georgia is still looking like the top dog in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's history with Georgia and Alabama, obviously.
Yeah,
And so it's like one of those like in the what division is that? The AFC
the
North?
North, the one with the Steelers and Ravens and all
Yeah,
them.
whichever.
Yeah, the
Um,
North.
they're one team may be absolutely terrible and Baltimore's incredible, and then they go and play and it's like 15-10. Just one of those kind of
Yeah,
games. So I feel like that's the Alabama Georgia relationship. Obviously, college you score more, but yeah.
yep.
I mean, what do you think of this spread here with Alabama?
Minus 15.5. It's just so hard to tell, like honestly, because
Yeah,
you just don't know what you're getting from Mizzou. They could either make this a one possession game or they could get blown out.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing that scares me the most, I'll just show you for everybody to see here. 10 points. How did that happen? 10 points to Texas A&M. I I honestly feel like if that's what happened against A&M, Bama's going to be about the same. So I just don't have faith in this team. I haven't seen as much like top tier performances. So I just don't expect that to be what's happening here, but who knows?
Yeah, and then you look at the game against Boston College where they won 27 to
Yeah.
21. They had offense, but the defense, which was supposed to be the strong part of this team,
Yeah.
right? They just really have not. I mean, 21 points isn't horrible in a college game, but when you're
Yeah.
talking about Boston College,
I
and
mean,
Vanderbilt scored 27 the next week,
yeah.
41 to Texas A&M. Then they have the game against Mass where they win 45 to 3, should have easily
Yeah.
won. And then you've got Auburn who had Brady Cook not came back.
Yeah.
What a story for that kid. Uh, comes back after going to the hospital to lead his team to a game that could potentially keep them in the playoffs.
I'm just fact checking here. Give me a second here. Does it not show? I need to know.
What?
You just called this guy a kid. He's probably the same age as you.
Nah, he's younger than me, bro.
By like, well, a year?
Anybody
Okay.
still in college is a kid,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
including those 35-year-old kickers.
Look at this guy. He looks like he could be on the pod with us. Like, come on. He's not a
You
kid.
gotta switch screens so we can see.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at this guy.
Yeah, how old is he? Let's
I'm trying to
see.
find it. It doesn't show.
Oh, well,
We'll figure
you
this.
can just do this. Brady Cook. Yeah, there you go.
23 years old.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah. I'm
year younger than
26,
me.
bro. I'm 26. I'm an old fella.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're only
Um,
24
all right,
for
fair
a
enough.
little bit, buddy.
Yeah. If you're born in the 2000s, you're officially a kid.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. But
God.
yeah, yeah, we'll see how that game goes.
Yeah.
Uh, let me check and see if there's any other good college games going on
Oh,
here.
definitely. Indiana, bro.
Yeah,
You're
dude, I love watching Indiana.
you're are they going to become your new Washington?
What do you mean? I'm always a Washington fan at heart.
No.
I just
No,
no,
you're just like, "Oh, I'm a Washington fan now that they're like undefeated." Okay.
no, 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 no. My
That's exactly
dad
what
has
happened.
no. My dad has Washington stuff, and I only showed
Oh.
it because they were good. There's a
Okay.
difference. I was a
Okay.
closet Washington fan.
Yeah, I'm only a Chiefs fan now that they're winning Super Bowls, but I
No,
had a
no,
I
no, no,
had
no.
a hat in
Listen,
my
listen.
closet for like
Shut your
years.
mouth. Listen, listen. I, the year before
Oh,
they went
goodness.
to the national championship, I said Michael Penix is going to be the real deal. And he went on to become a great quarterback, take his team to the national championship the year after I said something about it. So,
You have that
yeah,
documented anywhere?
it's
Or
on
is it
Twitter
in your
somewhere.
closet too?
Oh, yeah, okay. It's on Twitter, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to show
Okay.
that next pod,
Yeah,
I
right.
think. I
Right.
did go through a mass deletion of tweets just to cover my tracks a long time ago. So
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
you can take my word for it. I had a perfect week, 2 games 2 weeks ago, allegedly.
Allegedly. Here's the thing.
On your word.
That's well, okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Bigger than that, just picking a good week. I picked Lions, Texans. Boom. On record.
I picked Packers Chiefs. Boom. On
Yeah, well we
record.
all know Chiefs aren't gonna go. We all know the Packers aren't gonna go. So
We all know the Texans aren't going to go with the way CJ Stroud's been playing.
oh please. Oh, and Mahomes is gonna go, leading the league in interceptions. Come on, bro.
Hey, buddy, have they lost the game?
No. That should
No,
scare you.
but how should that scare him? That does scare me. Why? Because Mahomes can just try an ounce harder, and then who's going to stop him?
Here's the thing. Okay? Here's what happens. A battle tested team comes into the playoffs hot.
Who? The
Much
Buffalo
preferred.
Bills?
Yeah, anybody. Kansas City is going to go on like an undefeated season, like the Patriots. Maybe they'll drop a game or two. And they're going to be looking like, oh, by the end of the year, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this team's going to do it 3 in a row. And then they're going to drop in like their first playoff game. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. We're going to have a helmet catch or something like that in order for the Chiefs to lose a perfect season.
Boom! Boom!
Yeah, shout out to your team. I know I've made fun of your team, but I had to give you a little bit of joy in your life.
Dude,
Let's
it's great
see.
to be
I
a Giants
see.
fan 10 years ago. Nowadays, kind
Yeah,
of sucks.
yeah. Whoa. Oh. All right. So I see that Notre Dame plays Navy. Navy and I believe Army are both undefeated, and I'm really rooting for both of them to go undefeated the rest of the year until they play each other in the conference championship game, and then the following week in their Army versus Navy football game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell your dad his team's going to suck it up again.
Well, naturally.
And then it looks like Illinois, who just beat Michigan, is going to play Oregon, which is scary.
Kind of
And look at
that spread.
Vanderbilt. Yeah, we won't talk about that. Look at
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, man. Vanderbilt's in the top 25 for the first time in who knows how long, going up against number 5 Texas. Ooh, and then it just keeps getting better as the night goes. You've got LSU taking on Texas A&M.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one.
Dog, there's some pretty good football games. You got Oh, SMU taking on Duke. Duke's kind of a sleeper team. They're 6-1, not ranked, so they played a bunch of bums. But yeah, so looks like a fun day ahead for the college schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, obviously being a Mizzou fan, that's the big one. But the ones I'm really looking at is I want to see if Indiana's legit, and obviously, where they got Ohio State next after Washington. I don't
I
know.
think so.
But a couple big games for Indiana. You want to see how they're doing against some better opponents. Um, yeah, obviously Navy, Notre Dame, and then the really interesting one for me is going to be A&M and LSU. I just kind of want to see what that does because obviously now the better that Texas A&M does, the better that we do. So
Yep. Yep, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, with that, let's turn our pages to the NFL, but let's go back a week.
back
Dominic,
a week.
I well,
Oof.
I'm just going to say how our record was on paper this week or this past week.
You don't have to do that.
It wasn't horrible. It really wasn't. You finished 8-5, and I finished 8-5.
Ugh.
So while it's not pretty, we're still winning.
Yeah. Okay. Uh.
The one game that screwed us was the Falcons game, and
Yeah.
then you kind of
Yeah.
got crazy and started picking the Texans over the Packers. You chose the
Hey.
Vikings over your Lions.
Well, I didn't expect the Vikings to like drop two in a row. Fact check of
Yeah.
like who is this team? So I don't know.
No, no, I'm talking not to the Rams. I'm talking you picked the Vikings to beat the Lions.
Yeah, I know. I didn't expect the Vikings to like start this descent. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
they dropped to the
Because
Lions and then they dropped to the Rams and it's like, okay, who is this team? Are they actually legit?
yeah,
So, I mean, we've seen the Vikings start off really hot and then by playoff time it's like, okay, this is the Vikings. So, we'll see.
yeah. I started off 0-3 with the week. I
Yeah.
I chose the Saints, the Pats, and the Falcons. And then
Uh,
I started to heat up. I went 8 in a row. I went 8 in a row because then I went Bills, Bengals, Packers, Colts, Lions, Rams,
yeah.
Commanders, Chiefs, and then I chose the Jets, and then I chose the
Ugh.
Chargers, who lost at the end. So
Yeah, dude.
we both
The
went 8-5.
we both were on the Jets, right? Comeback week with
Yeah,
yeah.
we were both on the Jets and Chargers.
Whew. Their their offensive line is bad, and I don't think that they got better
Is
after firing Coach Sala. So,
no. Did you see he was with the Packers?
oh, is he?
Yeah, he I don't think it's any like position, but him and Matt LaFleur are like buds and he
Ah,
came over to help with the offense.
I got the
So,
offense.
yeah, like so he was just saying like here's where the soft spots are and blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Telling
got you.
LaFleur like how to beat these defenses and stuff like that,
I got you.
which is insane. Did any of these games stick out to you? We're not going to go through all of them, but
Yeah, the ones that stuck out to me, Broncos obviously, dominant performance.
yeah,
I think that that whole offensive system is kind of coming together. And I'm just liking the way they look. I don't think they're like a super incredible team or anything.
yeah.
But just like the general trend in that one. Um,
They are
Falcons,
currently the 7th seed in the AFC.
yeah, yeah. They this is one of the things we talked about the other day. Got to figure out strength of schedule, like what's going to happen with this Broncos team, or like some of these other
Yeah,
teams that maybe started strong or starting weak. Just figure out what's going on. But I
yeah.
mean, the other most
The
notable,
Seahawks
in my
game, like you were
opinion,
talking about. Yeah,
what's that?
the Seahawks game.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We both were
Yeah,
wrong
that
on
that
that one. Um,
that one was crazy.
yeah, I I just I mean, the Falcons are the Falcons, man. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, definitely a tough loss. And then the Monday night games, we didn't actually pick those. We forgot about those.
The what?
The Monday night games,
Oh, yeah.
we didn't actually pick those last week. I don't know how we forgot to do that. Oh wait, yes. Yeah, no. We picked one of them. We didn't
Yeah.
pick the game of the week,
Yeah.
kind of, not really. But the Ravens, man, they just absolutely dominated the Bucks, and then the Bucks tried to come back late, and they lost their top two wide receivers. So
Yeah, that's a rough
does
loss.
does that end everything for the Bucks, and does that leave it open for the Falcons
I don't know,
to
man. The
just?
Bucks are just a good team.
But they
I
don't
like
have
their
any.
soundness a lot better than the Falcons. And look at this. They're playing against the Ravens, a bona fide, like, legit team.
Or NFC killer for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But then you got the Falcons losing to the Seahawks, and it's like not even competitive. Not
Yeah,
a huge fan of that. The only thing I can think of is this is just a bad matchup for the Falcons. But I just kind of feel like the Falcons are gonna linger around that 500 mark, and
yeah. But
I
that
think the
could
Bucks
win a
can do better.
division.
Yeah,
Especially, I
that's
like the
true.
one thing I've known, like the NFC South or the NFC East are like the one divisions that can finish below 500 and make it
Yeah,
to the playoffs.
yeah.
So
Weirdly enough, that's the case. Yeah,
yeah,
but
huge
I
win
mean,
for the
anything.
Packers.
Oh, big win.
Got to mention it.
Gotta go.
Jordan Love threw 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He leads the league in passing touchdowns. He's tied with, I think, Baker. And then he also is tied for leading in interceptions. So we're getting a little Brett Favre out of him instead of the Aaron Rodgers right now.
Which hey, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, you can't
how you
really.
feeling, Brandon McManus, MVP of the season?
The greatest
Pretty
kicker
good.
of all time, Justin Tucker, is not even remotely close to good. Brandon
uh,
McManus is a dog, man.
oh my gosh.
Talk about a
Yeah,
huge pickup.
for real.
I was so excited whenever they showed that we picked him up. I actually went on Twitter and tweeted that I was begging the Packers to sign Brandon McManus once he got cleared up of all of his stuff, and they went and did it. And then what do you know? The next day he comes in and kicks a game-winning field goal and went 3 for 3 on PATs. So I'm gonna take that all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty sweet to have that because beforehand you're like, this is the big liability of our game, and now you've got a
Yeah,
guy that you're like, we could actually like if we get into a playoff game where it's just like we've got 30 seconds left, we got to get down the field. You don't have a panic attack where you're like,
yeah,
ah, we're gonna lose this game.
yeah. No, you
Uh,
definitely don't want a kicker you can't trust because
no, it's
I
tough.
saw Matt LaFleur go for it on like a 4th and 3 from the 25 because of our kicker last year.
Oh yeah, it's tough, tough.
Yeah. With that being said, let's move on to tomorrow and we'll review the Thursday night game. The Rams came in got the job done against the Vikings, which was a little impressive to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, an impressive win. I've never been like I've been a big on the Rams, just because I think they have talent. I
Yeah.
just don't know if they're healthy. I don't know what this means for their season. I think they just kind
Yeah.
of need to hang around 500 and kind of see if they can make a run at the end and get healthy and trade talks with their receivers. I I think that all kind of dissipates for now, and they kind of see like what's going to happen as the season goes on because this is a talented team.
Yeah, with Cooper Cup and Puka, they definitely look like a completely different team than what they did. They they definitely shocked me in this game. I thought the Vikings were gonna come out and pretty win this pretty easily, and then after the first quarter, I was like, all right, yeah, this is how this is supposed to go. Second quarter, I was starting to question what was happening, and then it just kept getting worse and worse, and then yeah, so that helps the Packers, so I'll take that. There's not too much longer till the trade deadline, so I don't know. I think the next couple of weeks, the Rams need to win out. Otherwise, I could see Cooper Cup
Yeah.
being dealt out.
Yeah. I think this slows that talk down, but yeah, I mean it's still a possibility. But the way that they looked gives you kind of like a glimpse into the future, I think, of like Matt Stafford looks good still. If he's got protection and receivers, I think he's still viable as a like Super Bowl winning quarterback. And then you
Yeah,
just got to get other pieces. You got to get a good defensive rush, and then you got to get a decent run game around, and you got stuff to work with.
yeah. With that said, let's move on to Sunday's games, where we will be going and picking another perfect week this week. I feel it. I actually feel it this week.
Perfect week. Here we
I
go.
feel like it's going to be a great week to be perfect. Starting off with the first game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in a game that will be huge for both teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Which way are you
Uh,
going?
well, yeah. See, this was the one game I wasn't ready for. Um, so it's in Cincinnati, and out of the last few games, I know Cincinnati hasn't been great at home. Uh, I just I think the Bengals are the hotter team right now. The Eagles don't look impressively great,
Oh no,
and
nothing impressive about what they're doing.
oh no, uh, outside of Week 1, and then this past week where they beat the Giants, which was not a shocker, they have not looked great. So with that said, I think I'm going to take Joey B and the Bengals.
Look at this: 14 TDs, 2 interceptions. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's looking MVP level right
Yeah.
now.
Or for sure. The only thing that makes me think, alternatively, is Saquon could be a big difference maker. Um, but man, it's just tough to pick these games because these are two teams that you don't know their identity. Um, you don't know where they stand. And so I'm gonna go, man. Um, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I hate it, but I just have this feeling that um that they may pull this off. So I'm gonna diverge from you right here.
Okay, we're starting back-to-back weeks where we don't pick the same team. This one we don't need to talk about. Well, I mean
Nope,
we can talk about it a little
nope.
bit because Jameis Winston
Okay,
is going to help my fantasy team, and that's about it.
okay. Good to know.
As long as he throws to Elijah Moore.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm just
you.
hoping Lamar Jackson has a big game. I mean, he's on my team, and he's been MVP for me. So he's been well, him and Saquon. But yeah,
Yeah. You said Lamar's on your team?
yeah, Lamar. Yep.
Yeah, you've probably not lost a week at all.
I've lost twice, bro.
You've
He had
lost
one game where
twice.
he
Then
was
the rest of
terrible. Yeah, he's lost. He's had one week where he wasn't great, and then there had another week where I had
yeah,
a bunch of injuries and stuff. But that's how it goes.
gotcha. Speaking of not great, the Tennessee Titans are taking on the Lions,
Yeah,
and yeah,
are you taking the
that
spread?
we. uh, I mean, out of any of the spreads that are double digits, this would be the one I'd take. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
they might win by 20. I'm just being completely honest.
Yeah, this team is not only a bad team, they're a demoralized team. So I expect it to be one of those. Like the Lions are just a punishing team. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna be bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Next game, we've got the Cardinals taking on the Tua-led Dolphins.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Over under.
Ah,
How many concussions does Tua get this game?
I don't want to play that game. That game is horrible.
Oh
Horrible.
gosh.
I
What do
I
you do,
never want
man?
to I never want to see this guy play football again.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hope he can make that decision before it gets made for him.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I don't really know how he's getting medically cleared to play football, to be honest with you. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, what do you do in this game? Like, obviously the spread makes people feel like people know something about the Dolphins and the Cardinals and Marvin Harrison Jr. playing. Is he in?
Yeah, I
I
believe
think
so.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This Dolphins team has looked bad without Tua, like really, really bad.
Yep. But they also look really, really good with Tua. And Arizona, a team I was big on at the beginning of this year. I jumped off the train,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they've won two in a row.
Yeah, yeah. Great time to jump off.
Yeah. So
Man.
I'm going to jump back on that train
Are you?
with the last minute decision so I can jump off right now and take the Dolphins.
Oh, wow. 180, 180. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, since you jumped off, I'm jumping on, baby. Let's go, Kyler. He's going to take this team, get to 500, and the Dolphins are going to end their season this week.
All right. Well, we will see about that. Next game, my goodness, the
This is
Jets taking on
awful.
the Patriots. After what I saw last week from
Uh,
the Patriots, give me the Jets, and I'm not watching this game.
yeah, Jets, just better talent, and that just for their sake of their, what would you call it? Their dignity, they got to win this game.
Yeah, yeah. Storyline: Hassan Reddick will be playing for the Jets
Oh,
after
really?
sitting out. Yes.
Oh,
Um,
bum.
I think we might see Devontae Adams on red zone a couple times this game.
Yeah,
Just gonna put that out there. Next
I assume
game,
so.
we've got the biggest game of the week, maybe the biggest game of the year for the Falcons and Bucks. Um, I, I just I just don't know what to think about this game. I'm gonna take the Falcons due to the injuries, but you
Wow,
never know with the Bucks what you're gonna get.
it's true.
Or
You
I mean
never
the
know.
Falcons. Sorry.
Well, you do know more so with the Bucks, but you don't know now without their top receivers what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Baker's been looking really good. I like to think that Baker has the potential to carry this team a little bit, but every time I think that, he's kind of like just throwing a random interception or just doing something kind of
yeah.
like odd. And so I'm like, all right, is he an MVP candidate at least, or is he like,
The Browns, Baker Mayfield.
yeah, but I mean, stat wise, a couple interceptions taken away, and he's looking really good.
Yeah,
So at home, I expect them to try and like control this game and be in it, and I've got them to win. So I'm going to take the Bucks.
yeah. Had it just been one wide receiver that got injured, I probably would have taken the Bucks.
Yeah,
But whenever Chris Godwin got hurt, it just kind of I don't know, just it like sunk everything.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So you've got the Bucks, I've got the Falcons, and now we've got a game in Jacksonville where my pack go into Jacksonville and they win this one in a nail biting 33-28 game.
Nail biting. Yeah, I think they win this one. I mean, they're obviously the favorite, and we're going to agree on that.
Yeah. I will be curious to see how the Jaguars do against a defense like the Packers after playing the Patriots and looking like an actual football team for once in their life. So
How does
that
it
will be
feel to say
exciting.
Packers and like legit defense? Does that feel good?
It's pretty solid. Last time I said that was 2011, and you know what happened that year?
Mm-hmm.
We won the Super Bowl.
So hey, what do you know?
Yeah. Next game, we've got the Colts taking on the Texans in Houston, and
Take them.
I'll let you take this one.
No, you take the Colts. Go for it.
No, why would I
You've been
do
hating
that?
on my Texans, bro. Take the Colts. How dare you?
I'm not gonna take the Colts. Oh my, you're pressing too many buttons.
Yes, I am.
I'm not taking the Colts in this game. The Texans are definitely a better football team. Jonathan
Yeah,
Taylor is back this week.
yeah.
Um, but as
Doesn't
long as
matter.
Anthony Richardson is quarterback, you will not
I'm.
get me to pick the Colts.
You convinced me on that one, man. You called it. They're a worse team with him. Sucks to say. But you kind of gotta go. You gotta roll with that. I mean, he's your guy, so you gotta roll with it for now.
Yeah, it's one of those where you just have to bite the bullet and
Yeah,
accept that you might have messed up for a few years.
yeah. Well, and I don't think he's completely trash. I'm just saying, he needs a lot of coaching. Like he's like you're
Yeah,
gonna kill yourself if you keep trying to like be a quarterback
he's
and
trying to
shoulder
be
people
Josh
and
Allen,
yeah,
but he
yeah. Not
doesn't have the framework to be Josh Allen.
well, and I don't. I love the fact that it's documented that his coaches have told him like, hey, don't do that, and then he
Yeah,
keeps doing it. Like that means you're not really coachable, uh,
and
and
that's
not a
not
good thing.
something the quarterback should be.
No, yeah,
You've
not a
got
good
to be
sign.
coachable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
We'll see
with
if he
that
learns
said,
though.
we both got Texan in this one.
Yeah,
Next game is the Saints taking on the Chargers. And go ahead and run with this one as well.
yeah. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. They're at home. Couple factors working in their favor.
No,
Um,
it doesn't.
well, I mean, I'm just saying in general, but
Yeah.
I think Los Angeles is. I got the Saints to cover. The Chargers are not a big like offensive power scoring team. Most of the time, and especially with Harbaugh, I imagine they'll run the ball and unless they just break a couple big runs and score. But I
Yeah.
expect this to be a Saints cover, but Chargers win.
You know, I was absolutely going to take the Chargers in this game, but
Hmm.
I did not. I, I don't really find that their last four games have all been losses against teams with either a really extremely good offense or a really good defense. I think the Saints come in and they surprise everybody this week and they win this game.
Do you think so? Is the Carr back?
No,
Wow, that's bold
I
take.
just you threw Desmond Ritter into the Eagles, which was a his first start, so obviously you're not expecting them to win that game.
Yeah.
Then then they played the Falcons in a division game in Atlanta. Um, don't really expect him to win that game. Then they played the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Broncos have an extremely good defense, like such an underrated defense. I think right now that I just don't see that. Like the Chargers, the loss against the Cardinals really threw me off because had they not lost to the Chargers or the Cardinals, sorry, I would have probably chose the Chargers. But that loss last week makes me think this Chargers team isn't good at football.
Not good at football at all. Okay.
I mean,
Um,
they've won 3 games, but like
yeah.
just good at close football.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Well, so in that case, we split again on that one. You feel pretty strongly on this one, it seems like, so that's good. Um, but then we move on to good old Gino.
Yeah, uh, this team is just such a weird team to bet on. Uh, it's in Seattle, but I really don't feel like that matters that much. Uh, you just never know what offense you're going to get with this team because they either score a million points or they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm feeling good with the Bills in this one. Um, I think the Seahawks are a good team. I think they have to win a certain way, and I think that the Bills are going to provide a bad matchup for them as a team that can
Yeah.
move the ball and um, get up a lot of points and stuff like that. But I I like the over in this one, and I've got the Bills.
Yeah. I definitely I think the over's a good shout. In order to for the Seahawks to win, they need to hold the opposing team to 20 points
Mm,
or less. I
that's
don't
tough.
think they're capable of doing that this
No,
week.
yeah,
Uh, I am a little scared because of how Buffalo looked last week against the Titans in a scary first half of a game, but then they kind of just clicked and then it didn't become so scary after that. So
yeah, yeah.
I think the Bills will win as well, and it might be a close game, but I just don't know what to think about the Seahawks, honestly.
Yeah, I think it'll be a close game, ish, in the sense of like it'll be like a one score game ish. Um, but I imagine that the um, basically, I'd imagine one team's going to have control for most of the game. Not going to be
Yeah,
like a back and forth, and then it comes close at the end and something happens. But I'm going to go Bills. You going to go? You say?
Bills too. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Carolina at Denver. I think I think Denver comes out and wins this game again.
Yeah.
Bryce Young starting at quarterback again
Mm-hmm.
with the Panthers. Uh, Andy Dalton got in a car crash earlier this week, and I guess it banged him up pretty bad. So
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, he um, long time quarterback in the NFL, and to see him get hurt like this kind of stinks when he's got an opportunity to play. But yeah, I unless proven otherwise, in my mind, Bryce Young is a bust. I just don't
yeah,
have any confidence in him, especially with this Panthers team.
yep. Next game is the Chiefs and Raiders. I yeah, Chiefs. It's just Chiefs.
Yep, Chiefs are going to win. Raiders have played them tough in the past, but not this Raiders team. So, yep.
Yeah. Next game. This game might be interesting. Uh, the
Look
Chicago
at
Bears
this.
taking on the Marcus Mariota Washington Commanders.
Wow. I mean, basically the question comes down in my mind too: was the Marcus Mariota last week thing a fluke, or is this something he can actually do with this team? Like, I mean, he's got a good coordinator, weapons, a good team around him. I I kind of like the Commanders in this one. I mean, they looked good.
Yeah. The thing I like about having Marcus Mariota as their backup is he plays a lot like
Hmm.
Jaden Daniels. Or
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels plays a lot like Marcus Mariota, I guess you should say.
Right.
Um, so go ahead and talk. Let me look up something real quick.
Oh, he's while he's trying to get some insider scoops on this. I mean, the Commanders have been a good team. The Bears have kind of picked up as the season has gone on, so you kind of think about how they have progressed and what they're able to be capable of. Um, but the Commanders have overall looked like the dominant team. Like they have looked like they've got it put together. Couple losses. Jaden Daniels being out is kind of a bummer, but I expect it to be closer because of the loss of quarterback. But I do think Commanders come out on top. So, I mean, is that enough insight for you to have come up with your,
Unfortunately, it is not.
bro?
But
You're trying to like message
um,
the GM and be like, "Are you gonna drop one, bro?" Or what's going on here?
no, I was trying to find Marcus Mariota's like last start,
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
but StatMuse is not coming in clutch because it kept giving me Marcus Smart stats, and
Oh,
that's not what I wanted.
yeah, not
So
helpful.
yeah,
Marcus Smart, where's he at?
I don't
Memphis?
remember.
I don't know where he got dropped to.
He's not with the Celtics anymore, is he?
No, I think he got moved on. Yeah, I don't know.
Um, well, I don't know. I just feel like this is a better fit for if someone was to replace him. I can't find anything. I think he may have started a game last year with, but possibly not.
Yeah.
Maybe he came in. He started a couple games with the Falcons in 2022 and didn't look horrible, but nothing great. He kind of looked like he did with the Titans.
Hmm.
So, with that said, I'm gonna lean towards the Bears. Unfortunately, I just I think that the Bears are a solid team, and I think Caleb has started to warmed up to his position a little bit and has looked a little bit better than he did at the beginning of the year when they got their first two losses.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty.
Next game on the table is the Sunday night football game.
Game of the week, baby.
Ugh, I hate when the Cowboys
uh,
play at any time other than 12 because they always have a biased commentator.
mm,
Um, this is such a crazy game to pick.
I don't really think
Um,
it is, to be honest with you. Like,
you
I, I think it's the 49ers at home, um, obviously banged up, but the Cowboys, I mean, I don't know, man. They're 3-0 away. I don't know. I don't know what you
yeah,
do with the Cowboys, but I mean, I think that the 49ers are the better team. I think so.
you say that, but I out of these quarterbacks, I ask myself which one is a better quarterback, and the answer is I have no idea.
uh, yeah.
Brock
I
Purdy
mean,
got his
they're
contract
probably
that he
pretty
deserved.
close.
Brock Purdy got his contract that he deserved, but he has not looked like the money he's getting. So
No.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm gonna
Any
take the
particular reason, or are you
Cowboys.
just feeling it?
I just haven't seen their offense explode yet, so I think maybe it's time that their offense explodes. They go into a game where they're not looked at as the team that should win. They're looked at a team that shouldn't win at all. And I'm thinking they might just sneak in there and
Mm,
win a game that they shouldn't.
yeah. Yeah. Well, alrighty. And then obviously, we
You're taking the 49ers, right?
yeah, 49ers for sure. Yeah.
All right. And then the last game, how did they get back to back primetime games? My goodness. The New York Giants taking on, buddy, he's on the Eagles.
That's all I got, man.
the,
That's all I got.
the New
Uh,
York Giants, the 2024, not the 2019 New York Giants, are taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who looked mighty impressive last week.
dude, Russell Wilson is going to take this team to not only a playoff win, I think they get, I think they, not to a playoff game, I think they get a playoff win. I think they win with
Yeah,
this
I'm
this
going to be
quarterback play.
honest. I told you that dangerous Russ Wilson,
Yeah.
is
Well,
way better than Justin Fields.
yeah, yeah. And this is one thing that I heard. I can't remember who told it to me. And maybe someone said it was a commentator calling the game. But basically, this is what made sense in my mind of Russell Wilson. He leaves Seattle, which is a pound it, throw it deep. That's kind of the play
Yep.
style, and he's perfectly fit for that. He's got that touch on the ball. He's a short quarterback. He's not zipping stuff over the middle. He's gonna lay it out there for his guy, especially a guy he trusts.
Yep.
And then he goes to Denver, and he's in this offensive system where it's like more built for like a Drew Brees type quarterback, like zip it in really quick, precise, accurate timing, and that's not who Russ is. And so he did all right, but not
Yeah.
fantastic. And so I think now that he's on a team that's like defense, run the ball, throw the ball deep, that's what that Justin Fields couldn't do. He
Yep.
could play make and run around and be a good athlete, but he could not get touch on those footballs. And the receivers, I think they're gonna pull for Wilson because they're gonna get more stats with this guy than Justin Fields running
Yeah.
in all the touchdowns and all that stuff. So
Yeah. I've
that's my
been
take
I've
on
been
it.
arguing with my friends that I game with, and two of them have been huge Justin Field fans since
Oh,
he
really?
was like drafted. And I was just like, this dude is not going to be good. And then he got on the Steelers, then they started off really hot, and I'm like, dude, he's not that guy.
Yeah.
He's not gonna keep that up. And then they're like, oh, why did they bench him? Russell Wilson's not gonna be good. And I was like, listen, their wide receivers want Russ over Justin. And if you're gonna listen to anybody on the offense, you're gonna take the guy who doesn't get sacked much,
Yeah.
who knows how to throw the ball away when he needs to, and he can run occasionally if he needs to.
Yeah.
If
Just
it's
throw
if
in
it's
there
a
in the
resort.
middle of that. He's also won a Super Bowl. Like
Yeah,
that counts
exactly.
for something, especially on a team that's trying to win playoff games. Yeah,
Yeah,
take that guy.
yeah, for sure. And I was just like, Justin can't throw the ball. The wide receivers want Russ to throw
Yeah.
them the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it just opens their playbook up to more explosive plays, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got the Steelers. I'm sure you unfortunately are not going to go with the Giants.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go Steelers.
are, okay, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say you want that top pick, don't you?
Yeah, we need more than the top pick though. We need help,
you
man.
need you
I don't
need a
know,
lot of
bro.
them.
Yeah, we
Can
need
I ask you, what is your opinion on your coach? Because when he first started, I
mm,
didn't like him, and now I still don't like him. But I wanted to get your take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a bad coach. I think that one of the things that the Giants have done really bad is moving off from Coughlin. We've just had bad decisions at coaching positions, and I think Dayball is ultimately a coordinator. I don't think he's a good fit for a head coach. Um, but in my opinion, he's as good a coach as we have had since Coughlin. Like I don't like any of the other guys that we've had in there.
Yeah,
Um, and so I think that we have as good a coach as we can in this situation. I think that we just have so many other problems on starting with the quarterback. Like if you make that kind of a decision and stick with a guy paying him that much money when you know that it's just even if he turned out to be like all right, like that's not what you
yeah,
want. So I think we have bigger problems than him. I think he wanted to keep
yep,
Saquon. I think he would have not wanted to stick with Daniel Jones, but what are you gonna do? Yeah,
yeah,
it's just a tough life in New York, man.
yeah, for real. Speaking of New York and tough life, the World Series started last night,
Mm,
and the Dodgers hit a walk-off grand slam. Freddie Freeman came in and took over game one, and they're up 1-0 against the Yankees.
feels like destiny. You know what I mean? Kind of just feels like this is what's supposed to happen. Like maybe it's destiny, maybe it's script. I don't know, but kind of feels like this is what
Whatever
we
it
all kind of
is,
expected to happen.
for the fans, it's a huge L unless you're a New York or Dodger fan. So,
Big L for the
yeah,
MLB. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Well, no, it's a big W for the MLB. They're making a lot of money, but
True.
for the fans that aren't fans of those two teams, it's an L. But that's every year. So,
It's true.
with that said, I think we're gonna hop out of here and go and enjoy our football Saturday and Sunday.
Sounds good, man.
All right, see you later.
Peace out.